Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Madimran Tehrunisa. Right now, I want to present about using the first language in the foreign language classroom. First, the purpose of the study. This study is aimed to evaluate the using of first language in the foreign language classroom in Japan. In 1961, 5 basic tenets for foreign language only used in the foreign language classroom were promulgated during a conference in Makerere University, with the first tenet being that English is best taught monolingually. It is based on Philipson on 1992. According to Yonesaka, monolingual instruction has been used to maximize students' exposure to and use of the foreign language, and even to push students with incomprehensible input. Unfortunately, it encourages an asymmetrical teacher-student relationship and smacks of linguistic imperialism. Last, Stevens also stated that Japanese institutions prefer monolingual English instruction for pedagogical reasons, which are based on unsound assumptions, as critiqued by Arbage. Next, English foreign language context in Japan. Many Japanese students take compulsory English courses, but perceive no practical need for the foreign language. For these students, using the foreign language exclusively in the classroom could not only lower motivation and morale, but also invite feelings of rejection, alienation, and denigration of their own language and culture. Arbage and Skewer posit that this mindset has been observed in the ESL classroom of the immigrants living in the foreign culture, and might apply to EFL students living in the first language culture. While colonial bias might not apply to English teaching in Japan, because Japanese enjoys a higher status, students might still reason the exclusion of their first language. Next, first language as a tool. The first language can be used in the foreign language classroom as a tool to reduce effective filters, based on Meyer. Based on Yamamoto and Wilson, the first language can be a facilitating and not just an interfering factor to overcome the assumptions created by the first language. According to Stevens, the first language is used determines whether it is detrimental or helpful. Based on Ozaki, the first language can be used to clarify the differences between the first language and the foreign language, when accuracy is important and time is limited. Next, the advantages and disadvantages using first language in the second language classroom. About advantages. First, first language was appropriate when summarizing material already covered. Second, first language helps students feel more comfortable and confident in the classroom. Third, first language use helps students to understand the content and explanation used in the classroom. About the disadvantages. First, during a small group work, both students and teacher agreed that the first language was not helpful. Second, using first language makes students become lazy and not try to learn the foreign language. They lose the chance to hear the foreign language used by the English teacher, and their listening ability would not improve much. Last, the conclusion. First, beginner students prefer knowing that they can rely on the first language support to actually needing to hear it. The second, the quickest way for students to make cognitive addition of the foreign language is to connect the foreign language to the first language. Teachers can assist students when comparing the first language and the foreign language linguistic rule, teaching new vocabulary, and checking comprehension. Third, regarding testing, most students did not perceive a need for first language support, and this declined with proficiency levels. Advanced students saw no need at all for the first language support. Fourth, allowing for an increase in the first language use between students when working with old or new material or in groups could help promote production of the foreign language. Ideally, instructors highly proficient in Japanese should instruct lower-level students, while instructors highly proficient in English should instruct the higher level student. Fifth, students need exposure to the foreign language first, but the first language can exist when foreign language examples and explanation cannot alleviate confusion. Last, the first language support could benefit lower level students during the test preparation, but not appear in the test. That's all about my explanation. I'm sorry I cannot show my face on this video because I have problem with my internet connection. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.